Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It is currently the 20th part for my little live series here with Monster Hunter. And what's the date today? It is the 20th of November 2019. Now, because I did have one false start, a single false start, the reason being that I had actually copied and pasted the title of Doomlink's Live Hunts 19 and didn't change it to Doomlink's Live Hunts 20, yeah, that pissed me off, so I thought, let's try that again. Now, as a result of that, there will probably be a situation where this is going to start maybe 10 seconds or so, 10 to 20 seconds after I actually started the live stream. It will pick up the post-recording, or the VOD as people refer to it as. And I don't know what causes that. I think it might be a YouTube thing, YouTube being stupid, or it could be an OBS thing. I really don't know at this point. All I know is that every single time I want to record something, something goes wrong. Everything wants to work against me, and I'm not the only person who seems to have this sort of situation unfold, arise, occur, eventuate. Yeah. I can speak English. Anyway, so let's go and hunt something, because, okay, why are you playing Generations Ultimate Doomlink? Now, to start with, that's a hypothetical question from me that is, I suppose, designed to be some sort of representation of you guys, but the reality is that none of you have probably asked that question, but to actually explain what I'm about to explain, I apparently need to have it posed to me as a question before explaining it, even if no one has asked the question, and even if no one is probably asking the question themselves. That is how sad I am. Let's move forward. The reason why I'm playing Generations Ultimate right now is because I felt like playing a Monster Hunter game on camera, live, and I thought, well, what's the easiest game for me to do that in Generations Ultimate? So here I am, playing Generations Ultimate. I'm not necessarily against the idea of maybe doing some more stuff with 3 Ultimate. I got cold feet last time I recorded 3 Ultimate in the live hunt setting, but I think it'll be alright next time I do it. I think I'll be able to do it fine. The reason why I got cold feet was because I thought that maybe I was having some sort of syncing issue with my video, and of course when it is live I can't exactly make any changes to that, but I think it was fine. I think it might have been my imagination, who knows. Let's not create a hub. That's not really what I want to do right now. By the way, you can probably tell that what I have equipped here is the same stuff that I had equipped when I was last recording. That's because the last time I was playing this game was when I was last recording this game. Isn't that interesting? Bloodbath Diablos? Let's give it a try. I haven't even really weighed my options first. I've decided that this is probably what I want to do. I have fought Bloodbath Diablos twice, I believe. I was told to listen to the theme of Bloodbath Diablos as I fought him. Now, the issue with that is that I was voice chatting with people at the time. I was verbally told to listen to the theme of Bloodbath Diablos. Now, the problem with that is that I had my headphones on listening to the voice chat, not the game itself. So maybe now I will have a better chance at actually hearing the theme of Bloodbath Diablos. Just as I said that, which is referring to game volume, I realised that my current streaming volume is actually set to Nintendo 64 volume. Let's boost that up. There we go. Now you can actually hear the game. Don't you just love me for actually paying attention to what I'm doing? Hello, Nightmare Bee. You have a B at the end of your name when you probably shouldn't. Maybe it was a mistype, I don't know. Maybe Nightmare. Maybe it's a word that I'm not familiar with. I don't know. Now, I will mention for those of you who didn't watch my Ocarina of Time recording, which I would say probably describes a number of you, you can start it. I don't even have it! Of course, I'm in the way, so you guys probably couldn't read what that guy just said, but he said you can start it. I don't have the quest. It's actually possible that he might not have it either. Now, I don't know how to unlock Bloodbath Diablos, and quite frankly, I don't really care, but it would be rather embarrassing for me to say, as an almost Hunter rank 400 person, sorry, I don't have Bloodbath Diablos. So to avoid that embarrassment, I will disconnect. I'm sorry, Nightmare, but yeah, that's a thing. I don't mind embarrassing myself in front of my live stream audience because, or my VOD audience, because I think you guys know me pretty well. I'm an idiot. But, you know, random people on Generations Ultimate, I will not allow myself to embarrass myself. So, yeah, Rajang against the machine, why not? Again, it's Doomlink's live hunts, the live version of random hunt, so I'm just hunting whatever. I don't know why I've suddenly decided that I want to hunt a Rajang. I've fought so many Rajang in this fucking game that I'm honestly sick of it. Okay, so it's hyper regular Rajang as opposed to hyper furious Rajang, who I would really rather not fight, but anyway. I don't really want to fight any Rajang monsters, to be honest. Now, I played Greatsword for most of the last recording, I think. If not the last, then definitely part 18. I did do a lot of Greatsword stuff, so I'm actually going to instead go Lance. Wait a sec, says SJW Bane. What kind of name is that? I hope you mean that to say that you are the Bane of the SJWs, because then that would be slightly okay, but you've still put the acronym SJW in your Monster Hunter name, which is But moving forward, I will equip an Ice Lance wherever that might be. I believe it is Daora, isn't that right? No, it's not. Apparently I think it's Freedom Unite. It is not Freedom Unite, and I'm not using the Daora Lance as my Ice Lance, although I may have actually considered doing that, but changed my mind and decided to do this instead, which is, of course, Zamtrios. That is the lance that I'm currently using. It looks pretty cool. I like its appearance. Why am I putting away my potions? That is a question that is worth asking, although if you were to ask the question, I would not be able to hear you ask it. Although you could always ask it in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat. It's just that I would have already solved the problem of you wondering before you would have been able to ask the question. Hence my typical commentary. But regardless, let's eat for defense, seeing as that's the only fresh ingredients I can get. What are we fighting again? Rajang. Thunder Res? No. We don't have fresh ingredients on Thunder Res, so I'll have some of a something else. Here we go, this is looking good. Weakener and Defender. That's rather nice. So Mr. SJW is back, apparently. So let's, he's using that stupid set that everyone else uses, which is lovely. In fact, I don't think that's even it. He's sort of using the stupid set that everyone else uses. The one that's actually required to have a 3-slot weapon. Of course, if you're going to use a 3-slot weapon, most will go with Neset. But we won't talk about Neset, will we? No. Don't you find it so interesting that the lighting of this area has caused my lance to look a lot more flat in terms of colour? I do find that interesting. What are we hunting again? Oh yeah, Rajang. This is the second time now that I've forgotten what we're hunting. But anyway. Aside from that, I am green player. And of all of the colours here that I could possibly be as a hunter, green is the best one for me, because green is my second favourite colour. But regardless, I'm using Lance right now because I still haven't gotten all of my Guild Card uses for the 100 weapon uses filter on my Guild Card for Lance and Bow. And I may as well aim to do that in this recording. Because why the hell not? But yeah. I don't know if this live stream is being pushed to any of my YouTube viewers because no one's watching. I don't know what the deal with that is. It's a little bit unprecedented. I will actually tell you guys something. I'm pretty sure that YouTube has decided to stop pushing my content to my subscribers because of the video that I did in the Hunting with Purpose series, wherein which I explained the situation where I had kicked Gaijin Hunter from my room. Now, I did not really keep track of the negative reaction that I got on that video because negativity, whoa, that was a double kill right there. We are pretty likely to fail this quest now. But moving forward, negativity, I'm not a huge fan of it. I will acknowledge that I am receiving negativity, but if I'm receiving a lot of it, I won't acknowledge it beyond the basic understanding of the fact that I am receiving negative. feedback, I will instead completely ignore it, because it's a better way to live my life, or so I have decided for myself. As a result of that, I don't really know what was said regarding that. Can you guys please learn how to play the game? That would be phenomenal. I would feel as if I were wasting less of my time if you guys could play the game. Whoa! Look at him go. Now that was exciting. Fucking Rajang's having some... He's on some sort of amusement park ride. But anyway. Moving forward. I had a bit of negative reaction from that video. I don't know how many dislikes it would have gotten. Maybe as many as 10, maybe more. Would it have gotten any likes? I don't know. But no matter what, YouTube has reacted in kind to that and has stopped pushing my videos to my subscribers. Now, how do I know this? How do I know that rather than it being a situation where the people who were typically watching my videos before have decided to stop watching as a result of that video, versus the situation that I'm proposing? Well, I know because I didn't really lose any subscribers at that time. I did lose subscribers, but that was many, many weeks after I had actually recorded that video. So I think it was something separate to that. It must have been some kind of... because sometimes YouTube will get people to auto-unsubscribe from people, and because it all happened at around the same time, I think it was 3 weeks after I'd uploaded that video, it was pretty clear to me, and by the way, by 3 weeks, pretty much all of the people who viewed that negative video... Don't tell me I'm getting a call. Sorry guys, there is a very, very slow connection in the fucking live stream right now because of this, and I will, pray that you aren't hearing this right now. Ideally, it would cut until such time that... yeah, this is really annoying. Well, hopefully you can't hear me. Sometimes it will cut this out, sometimes it won't. If you can hear me, then I can only apologise for the fact that there is really not much live streaming to be had right now. Alright, and we are coming back right now. I do apologise for that. Hopefully it did cut all of that out. Whenever that does happen, I do pray that it cuts it out. I'm going to text the individual who has decided to call me that I will get back to them later. But yeah, to get back onto what I was saying before, I did not lose any subscribers as a result of that video. And so therefore it would stand to reason that if someone were so offended by what I said that they stopped watching my videos, you'd think they would have been offended enough to unsubscribe, but they did not. So therefore I can only assume that due to that bad reaction that I got on that video, YouTube decided to react by not pushing my videos because they decided that people didn't like my content, something like that. You know, YouTube is very annoying in that way. Hold on. We'll get back. We'll, I don't know, call you back later. I don't know. Fuck. I have to say that out loud, otherwise I'll have to be silent, and if I'm silent, then that's bad commentary, I suppose. We'll call you back later. There you go. It saves the person calling me again, thus making life a little more difficult. So I guess because the room filled up... What? What is this room even? It's turns, apparently. Okay. So we're hunting Nursilla. What's Nursilla weak to? I can't remember. I think it's fire. But anyway, all I was trying to express there in that small discussion I had with myself was that I'm pretty sure YouTube is not pushing my content to my viewers anymore, which is frickin' annoying. So yeah, thanks YouTube. No, what I wanted to do was look at armor, and I'll look for Nursilla armor. And that's how I will see the weakness of the monster. Nursilla. Is it here? It must be in the rarity 8 list. Shit, I've gone... Here it is. Thunder. Okay. Let's go Thunder then. So how are we going for lance uses? We might be at the point where I can switch to a different weapon type now. Namely the... whatever it's called, the bow, yeah. That's the wrong place to check. Oh, we only need bow. That was actually the last hunt that we needed to do with lance. Actually, technically not. We must have done that in the previous recording. So let's instead go with bow. What are we hunting in a Scylla? I'll go spread. We want to go load up spread, and I will equip. God, which bow is it? Which bow is it? Is it Bolt Sender? I think it is. Let's have a look. I have to do this quickly, otherwise they'll either kick me or depart without me. And hello, A Gaming, welcome to the live stream. But anyway, I was not necessarily intending on addressing that video again, but I did want to say that I'm pretty sure that YouTube has reacted to it negatively. Not so much my viewers, because I'm pretty positive that if my viewers, on a large scale, were reacting negatively to that video by not watching my content, then they would have, you know, gone the extra step and unsubscribed, which they did not. So, I don't really know. Has to be YouTube being annoying. A Gaming posts a cheers emote. Cheers indeed, but this is not beer as is depicted in your emote. It is instead brandy. I need to get some coatings. What can this thing shoot? Element and power level 2, that's what I like to see. I don't know how long I'll record here, probably 2 hours or something like that. See if I can get any viewers in that time. Of course I do appreciate the VOD viewers, I love all you guys. But I like to also have someone to talk to in the chat as well. Good old brandy. Yes, it's very superior old pale. Not extra old. I don't mind extra old, but then you start getting into dangerous territory in terms of how much you're spending, so... But anyway. Nasilla is going to start... I think it might be quicker to go this way. Is it quicker? Probably not, actually. It might be quicker to go into that main area. Or not. Or not. I think it'll be faster to go down here. Can I drop down? Can I do that? Oh shit. Well, because I suck, it's going to take longer than it could have. A Gaming 50 wants 1,500-year-old brandy, apparently. I don't know how drinkable that would be. I would suggest not at all. But anyway. I will start with, well, what does this have more of? Element or raw? It has more raw than it has elements, sort of. It's kind of low raw and low elements, so... We're going to start with elemental coatings anyway. Can you come down here, spider? Seriously. Now this is load up, so I have to take a little bit more time to get that final level up. Or that final charge up. Oh dear. Come down here. Is someone up there? If someone's up there, they need to get the fuck down here now. Doesn't seem like anyone is. Oh, can you stop? Come on, Nursilla. Can you not waste our time, please? Currently working on a speedrun for Dark Souls 2. Well, have fun with that. Seems that regardless of whatever I record, all you want to talk about is Souls. Which I don't mind, necessarily, but you'll have to understand that I probably won't elaborate much on whatever you have to say about that, because I do like to generally keep my commentary related to the game that I'm playing. No disrespect to you, but just so you know. I'd rather explain it to you than just flat out ignore whatever you're saying. That is an attack that often gets me when I'm going Blade Master. It's got quite a wide area of effect. But if I'm going ranged like this, it's not too bad. I think I have 100 uses on the bow, so this may technically be my last hunt with the bow until such time that I reach the highest level on the level 100 filter. Not level 100, 100 uses filter. Well, I'm also a Souls baby. I'm not really a baby, but, you know, I like Souls. And, well, the cicadas are getting a bit loud outside. Now, interestingly enough, the cicadas didn't really come through on my Ocarina of Time recording from yesterday, I think. I think that was yesterday when I recorded Ocarina of Time. And, yeah, it was not too bad, like I didn't really hear it. I was referring to it in the video, and yet it wasn't really audible, so hopefully it's currently not that audible right now. All I can say is that when I was recording my early live streams, like for example, the first live stream that I did, actually I think it might have been, no, it was the first one. Thought it might have been the second. No, it was the first one that I did in Wind Waker, the original game, when I was doing a live stream playthrough of that back in January of this year. Late January, I think it was, January 27th or 28th. Which was the second attempt, by the way, for reasons that I won't get into right now. That was marred by cicada noises in the background. So they can get loud enough to disturb the recording, but I don't know if they're currently loud enough to disturb the recording. I can tell you, in point of fact, they have stopped talking. Well, they technically do talk, they communicate with each other, but they've stopped making their noises for the moment, which is a good thing. Do yourself a favour and don't install it, A-Gaming. I won't even refer to it by name, because I've decided to not do that. Anyway. You're trolling me really hard, man. You're trolling me really hard. Without even trying, I would suspect. I do really need to... oh, I didn't mean to shoot that extra shot off, I just wasted that coating. But I really do need to get around to continuing my Breath of the Wild recording. Or my Let's Play, I should say, more specifically, not just recording. Because I haven't recorded that in quite some time, not since I had that outage and needed to split the live recording and the non-live recording and then re-upload it as a single video. Did I do that? I think I did. Yeah, I made it... Or did I make it one video? No, I made it a two-parter. That's right. Anyway, it's been a while. It's been like 4 months or something. At least. Probably 4. There we go, that's a dead Nosilla. That actually took a little bit of time. What have we got here? Najarala? Well, I'm fucking glad we killed the Nosilla before Najarala could ruin the hunt. You haven't touched a Nintendo since 2003. Well, what Nintendo would that have been? Was it a GameCube or a Nintendo 64? Oh god. Or was it an even older one? Why would you not have touched a Nintendo console since then? That's a sad time. I'm not a huge Nintendo fan. I will never describe myself as a Nintendo fan. There are certain people out there who like Nintendo. I don't. As a company, I find Nintendo to be... There are no words that I can use to describe that adequately get across to you guys how much I hate Nintendo. Like, I despise them. I fucking hate them. They're so stupid. But actually, the reality is that what bothers me the most about them is that not enough people give a damn about how shitty they are as a company. Everyone just goes, I love Pokemon, I love Mario, and then that's the extent of it. You know, it's like the mindless consumer attitude. They don't care where it comes from, they just care about the product. I'm like that to an extent, but I will always say that Nintendo can eat a cock. I will always say that. Unless, of course, they change their direction, which they probably never will, but, you know. You despise Nintendo for making that damn deal with Konami and Capcom. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of things that you can despise Nintendo for, I can tell you that much. Okay, I think we've got a flat weapon usage, is that right? Yes, we do. Check that out, guys. We have flat weapon usages on all weapons except for something that's not a weapon. It's an inferior way to play the game, and it's an unpleasant and unenjoyable way to play the game. One usage of it was, I believe, to test it out. One usage of it was because it was required in a quest that I was doing with a friend, and then the third was because I needed coins in a quest that also required the use of the Prowler. I've technically used it once, of my own volition. Once. But anyway, You only had a PS2, didn't have a GameCube. Well, that would... a lot of people would be able to say the same. And PlayStation 2's popularity was in a completely different dimension. Whose turn? Is it my turn? Can I post something terrible? What do I need to get done, actually? What holidays do we celebrate in Australia? The obvious ones like Easter, Christmas. We technically have the Queen's birthday, which is like a long weekend usually, meaning that it will be a Monday included in the weekend. So the Monday will be a public holiday. And then various other public holidays, you know, that's it. That's all we really celebrate. We technically have Australia Day, which is like some day during January. And the reason why it falls on that day is a point of debate. And I generally don't care about it. It's one of the few days in which we become patriotic. And there's nothing really to be patriotic about in this country as far as I'm concerned. Unless you take pride in dickheads with surfboards and blonde hair wearing thongs. But yeah. Of course there is no Thanksgiving in this country because we try to have a bit more respect towards our history with our natives, rather than pretending that everything was rosy and then turning it into an excuse to eat a lot. So, yeah. We did some pretty shitty things to our natives, and so did you, and I think we should both be aware of that. But, anyway. And I think we both continue to do shitty things to our natives, but that's another story. It all comes from the same shit. It's the bloody British. Are we doing a quest or not? Whose turn? Choose any quest you like. Well, who knows? I will do whatever is posted, to be fair. They're lucky that they have someone like me in this room. I didn't even know it was a turns room. I just saw that there was a Rajang Against the Machine quest posted, and I thought, well, let's go and do that. And I still have got no idea why I decided to do that, because I have fought too many Rajangs in this game. Let's have a look, shall we? Hunter info. No. Monster list. Here we go. Do they separate Furious and regular Rajang? If they do, that's kind of annoying. Rajang. 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 Oh, well, there you go. You're half Native American, so you get reparations. All the booze you can drink. Well, that's a shame. Okay, so it doesn't separate them, fortunately. What have we got? The Gloom of 1001 Nights. Fuck off. You think I haven't fought Adulkar a million times? Eat my ass. Alrighty. Now, how many times have I fought Adulkar? Because I've had to kill him a number of times to get that, that backbreak item. Monster list. Adulkar. Adulkar. I have to say, the monster list is about as annoying as the list of monsters when you're trying to create a room. Where is Adulkar? Am I blind? Adulkar. Is it in my monster list? Why am I not seeing it? I could very well be blind. That is a possibility. Maybe I've been using echolocation all this time and I didn't realize it. What the fuck is going on? Did you know that people do actually use echolocations as human beings, effectively? Not everyone does, but I have heard of a blind person who can actually click their tongue and get echoes from it to serve as their eyesight, which is fucking incredible. I don't think it's in my monster list. This sucks. A-Gaming50 says, if you ever visit America, stay away from California. Well, I won't be visiting America, so I don't have to worry about staying away from California. I shouldn't say I'll never visit America. I will instead say that I would never visit America to see the place. I would see it... I would go there rather for business purposes. I would go there for financial reasons. I would not go there, or possibly to chase tornadoes. I love tornadoes. I think they're fucking cool. One of the few things that I appreciate from America is the abundance of tornadoes, which is ironic because that's kind of, you know, considered to be a negative thing, you know, tornadoes going around ruining people's lives, and that's one of the only things I appreciate from that continent. But, you know, that's a thing. Turns deviant. What do I want to hunt? Kirin Farm. Maybe not. Go to Nashville, then they get them every year. I feel quite embarrassed that I know that that's in Tennessee, but I don't know. I guess because the internet was overrun with Americans in the early days, I'm pretty familiar with US geography at this point. The reason why is because Americans, when they say where they're from, they don't say, I'm from the US. They say, like, literally where they're from. Literally where they're from. Down to the fucking suburb. Not actually down to the suburb. That's called hyperbole on my part. What are we hunting? But yeah, I want to go to the Tornado Alley and, like, in April and have a good time. Have a real good time. I mean, it would scare the shit out of me, but... and I'm not really into thrillers, like I wouldn't... or into thrills in general, like I wouldn't voluntarily experience something that frightens me to get some sort of kick out of it. It's just, I find natural disasters to be very fascinating, and I find the power of nature to be very fascinating. So if I could experience being close to a tornado, even though it would scare the shit out of me, there's a certain respect that I have for it that I would love to experience firsthand. I'd love to just be in awe of the power of nature in that way. That's how I feel about it. You're from Boston, Massachusetts, home of the New England Patriots. I actually have cousins who used to live in Boston. My father's sister went to, therefore my auntie, moved to the US maybe 20 years ago, married a guy there, so I do therefore have first cousins over there. They originally lived in Boston. I don't know where they live now, but that's a thing. You love winter. Winter in Boston. Cold. Colder than anything I'm used to, that's for sure. Turns no deviant. Look at this. Turns no deviant. What do they have on the quest board? Thunderlord EX. Let's do it. I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. Even though this entire room shouldn't exist, in the way that it exists, we will go there. What do we got? Everyone is willing to do this. Oh, it's Bobo. Now, this wouldn't be the Bobo that I know of, but there was a guy... this was pre this decade, this was past decade. There was a person called Mr. Bobo, who was someone who contributed to the Monster Hunter Wiki, and he was one of the people uploading footage or content of Monster Hunter Tri before it came out in English. He also had a lot of custom content wherein which he, I remember he had a laggy that was painted red, so it was sort of like a red subspecies laggy, and he also had a super mini Devil Joe and stuff like that. And more than anything else, he was showcasing the Japanese event weapons, I believe. It may have even been early 2010 when he was showcasing those, but regardless, he was a Japanese player of Monster Hunter, And then he disappeared, he deleted his channel, and that was a shame. His name was Bobo Fango, and he also named himself Mr. Bobo in certain scenarios or certain cases. I think he was Bobo Fango on YouTube, and probably Bobo Fango in... okay, I need to actually equip something. Let's go longsword and ice, wherever that may be. But yeah. Bobo Fango was someone that I remember from back in the day. So whenever I see someone named Bobo playing Monster Hunter, I think in sort of like a romantic sense, or maybe it's that guy. Maybe it's Bobo Fango. Maybe he's still playing Monster Hunter. I doubt he is, because he might be one of those people who really took issue with the direction that Monster Hunter went in. But, yeah. Probably the most famous of those would be Mazirion, that New Zealander guy, who did... He did do content for Portable Third, but that was the last game that he played. He really was not impressed with what Tri had done to the series, which is really interesting because he was one of those people who saw value in the game mechanics being such that you were instead fighting against the game mechanics rather than the monsters themselves. So, obviously he started in first gen, and he saw the series progressively becoming easier and easier as time went on, and the situation with that was that rather than the game becoming easier, the mechanics were being cleaned up, so there was less of a scenario of you fighting the controls and fighting the crappy design of the game, and more hunting the monster. But as a result of that, the people who had become used to fighting the crappy mechanics of the game no longer needing to fight the crappy mechanics of the game and instead have been given free reign to just fight the monster, no longer see any challenge in it, or that was how it was at that time, and Mazirion was one of those people, and he pretty much lost faith in the series by the time Tri came out, and his last game, as far as I'm aware, was Portable Third, and then I think he disappeared, which is fair enough. I was not of his opinion. I started in second gen, and as far as I was concerned, Tri was, in almost all regards, an improvement. So, yeah, really, I can't relate to how he feels. I almost did a Fade Slash for my last strike there, which would have not been good. I actually do want to level up my spirit gauge here. Point being that I'm kind of used to Unite longsword at the moment. Oh. Well, I knew I was going to take a lot of damage, but I didn't think I was going to get one shot. That's kind of not great. Okay, it's my first time fighting EX Thunderlord. It's not my first time fighting Thunderlord. There are a number of deviants that I haven't yet fought. Thunderlord is not one of them, but I have not fought EX, so... But yeah, so that's one shot on 805 defense. I'm now on 775 because I lost my food boost. So this is kind of not amazing right now. What is Feline Bequest? Does that deliver things to the box? I think it does. I didn't actually see what it said, but my vague memory of what Bequest does is that it... No, it doesn't deliver. What does it do? Oh, I think when I die, I heal my teammates. I think that's what happens. It's really weird. I would not sacrifice myself to heal my teammates. I may die again, guys, like seriously. If I was getting one shot before, and now I have less defense, there is definitely a high chance that I will just fucking die again. What are you doing? You're spooking me out, Thunderlord. Going ranged may very well be the way to do this. I really do not have much confidence in my ability to survive this hunt. I have zero confidence in this overall... Okay, well, most people would rage quit at this point. I will not. Anyway. You could see that I was attempting to evade at that point, but failed to. If I die 3 times, it will be on camera. That's all I can say. Then I can blame the brandy. I actually don't blame the brandy. I'm not at the point where my hunting ability is being affected. My ability to hunt is so deeply rooted that it takes a lot of alcohol to actually affect that. And I'm nowhere near at that point right now. So it's not the Brandy, it's the Thunderlord Zenoga EX level that's killing me right now. Now, I did not see... These guys fucking hate me right now, by the way. I did not actually see the moment in which I died, because I was glancing at the chat. It's like battling the Nameless King at level 1 in Dark Souls 3. Well, this is the first time I have died 3 times in a hunt. In... When was the last time? Might have been in Try. But I don't even remember the scenario in which I died 3 times back in Try. I don't even know if that was really something that I did in Try. Did I die 3 times when I was playing Try? This is how far back we're going. It may not even be in this decade when I last triple carted in a quest. But today is the day. Anyway, let's move on to something else, shall we? Good idea. What's with all these Chinese rooms? What's going on here? That person's doing Silverwind. It's really weird to think that I can't say in this decade for much longer. We'll soon be in a new decade. That's kind of spooking me out, but I guess I need to get used to that. You have to understand that I've only consciously experienced shifting into a new decade once, which was in 2010. From 2009 to 2010. 1998? Bit too young to really appreciate that, but not 98. In 99 to 2000, I was too young to appreciate that. But yeah, let's go and see if we can find a Grimclaw. That's Tigrex, isn't it? Grimclaw. I love it when it says it's 3 out of 4 and then it's actually a full room. This could mean 2 things. Either in this time, a 4th person has joined, or there's some sort of glitch and it's displaying what used to be 4 people in the room. I have encountered situations where it has displayed 4 people and it's not actually full. So it's a bit confusing. Let's try this room. It is actually full. Okay, stop! Sometimes I do accidentally do it again and then I have to sit here transmitting data for absolutely nothing for a period of time. Oh god, it's looking a bit dark. Let me just increase the brightness in my room. Is that better? Yeah, it's a bit better. I hope science progresses further already so I can stick my brain into a ass-kicking robot. Well look, I'll stick with just a regular robot as opposed to an ass-kicking one. But yeah. Excuse me. Rajang against the machine again. So, do I want to do Grimclaw? No, not really. What are these people doing? Like, if you're gonna just put some information in your room, please. If you're hunting with friends, I understand, but if you're not, then what are you doing? Like, put some kind of information there. I'm happy to do anything, but if you don't put any information in the room... What is this? This is a room that doesn't even exist. The hunter name is non-existent, and no one's here. So obviously the room no longer exists, but that's kind of weird. Why even have the room there in the first place if there is no hunter in the room? And the hunter doesn't have a name. That's concerning. What if it's a person who's actually modding their character? Let's have a look. Okay, the person does have a name. It's Joz or Yoz. Either or. Joz and Kula. What is Joz posting? Saltus Queen. What do I want to use in terms of weapons? I'm kind of free to use whatever I want at this point. So I guess I'll do that. Saltus Queen, what would I like to use? Dual blades. Dual blades, where might they be? Dual blades, here we go. And I believe we won fire element for this hunt. Here we go. Don't think I'm wrong about that. Pretty positive that this is the element that I want for Saltus Queen. We've got someone using Crouch Pierce on... Oh, never mind. We do not have a person running Crouch Pierce with the Zenoga Heavy Bowgun, which is probably a good thing. I will go for attack. Ultra Lucky Cat, why the hell not? I'll get some Queen Substance that I don't need. Although maybe I won't. It's always a possibility. I reckon we can 3-man this. Let me just organize my inventory first. So I think I need some max potions because I use them all. Because I'm terrible. Some steaks. What else? Why don't you use item sets, Doomlink? Alright. The host is obviously more than happy to 3-man. I think I was the highest hunter rank in that EX room as well, and I triple carded. Oh dear. I would care, except that I don't care, so yeah. That's kind of the situation right now. So what are we hunting again? Saltus Queen. Just in this area here, I think. WB. Warner Brothers has entered the room. Not that you can see that, I'm in the way, as usual. I do apologise, but it's better for me to be on this side than blocking the selectable items over here on the bottom right corner. So, you'll have to forgive me for that. Warner Brothers has left the room. His name isn't actually Warner Brothers, it's WB, but WB stands for Warner Brothers as far as I'm concerned. So. Yes, let the hunt begin. And this time I will not be dying 3 times. I won't be dying once, let alone 3 times, so... Yeah, that's a thing. I'll just think... Oh, that's not good. I did not bring deodorants because I generally consider myself to be good enough to fight Saltus Queen without getting hit by her stinky attack, for lack of a better way to refer to that. But apparently I'm not good enough today, so that's a little bit of a shame. Celtus is having a bad day over there. I do like to kill Celtus, but not always practical. Not always practical. I'm just going to attack Celtus for now. I don't know if it's worthwhile or not. I believe that a new one will spawn within a certain amount of time. I don't know what that length of time is. But, yeah, maybe we'll just not bother. How much more difficult does Zelda's Queen become when she docks with her, I don't know, weaker form? I don't know. Let's say I don't know a few more times to further demonstrate the fact that I do not know. Let's use Bloodwind. It'll get my charge up a little bit. There we go. On a separate note, it feels a little weird to be playing this game again. I haven't really played it regularly for about a month now. And I was playing it regularly for several months actually. But I'm at the point in the game now where I've pretty much done everything that I really wanted to do. Everything that was pressing, everything that I really needed done. The rest is sort of stuff I don't need done for this character, but stuff that I'd like to be done. Like getting the Hayabusa Feather, which I'll probably put off for the rest of the time in which I continue to play this game. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Of course, for everyone who's not familiar with the Hayabusa Feather, it's basically plus 30 critical in just the headpiece, which is very good. But it requires the clearing of all village quests, in other words, all offline quests, and I believe that is inclusive of villager requests, because those are indeed offline quests. So, yeah, kind of annoying. I have a friend who actually did that more than once. I think he twice got the Hayabusa Feather, and since I have heard him tell me that, I believe he has gotten it a 3rd time. And the reason why that happened was because he was playing on 3DS in Generations. The Hayabusa Feather is indeed a Generations item. And for some reason, he was having his data erased or lost for some reason on his 3DS for generations, and he had to keep playing the game repeatedly, and for some reason he twice got the Hayabusa feather, and I don't know why he did that. But then, after having played the game a second time and having gotten the Hayabusa feather a second time, he lost his character stuff again. Now, when Generations Ultimate was first announced, sometime in mid-2018, I decided to hunt with him again and get his character built up from scratch in preparation for the release of the game that I'm currently playing. And I would almost guarantee that he went and got the... He did, actually. I remember he said that he got the Hayabusa feather, which somewhat recently, so that would indicate that he got it for a third time. And he said, but he doesn't really use it. Come on. There are plenty of scenarios in which you can make very good use of the Hayabusa feather, but for some reason he doesn't do it. I'm sorry. The Hayabusa feather is plus 20 critical, not plus 30. I'm pretty sure anyway. But regardless. Is that even correct? It must be plus 15, so I'm getting a little bit confused. So 10 points is plus 1, 15 points is plus 2, 20 points is plus 3. My confusion was the point that 30 points was required in 4 Ultimate to get Critical God, which was, I think, critical, like an additional critical chance of 40%, maybe? Maybe not. It must have been, though. Anyway. Did I get any rare items? I've got no idea. That was a Gold Crown Small Celtis Queen. Awesome. It's always good to see. Is it dark? Kind of, but I don't really care at this point. I think I've done all I really wanted to do in this room. Let's move on to somewhere else. What we got? Teostra. What's going on here? This is the second time this has happened now. They're not displaying anything. Okay, well, whatever. Let's join. I haven't done a Teostra in a little while. I'd say that's worthwhile. What have we got here? I'm resting my glass on my laptop. It's a good place. Oh. This was the room I was just in, apparently. I don't believe it was called Teostra before. Well, why aren't we hunting Teostra? What the hell's going on? Maybe Jaws updated the information. Clearly not. Okay, let's go somewhere else. I was pretty sure that it wasn't called Teostra before, but of course I was not able to confirm who was in the room because there was no information being displayed for reasons that I can't understand. Here we go. I've got another opportunity to hunt Teostra. How long have I been recording for? Almost an hour. Why are you two-manning this quest? Can we please, like, get it together? How are you so incapable of waiting? You fucking idiots. Oh wait, this is a high rank Teostra. Never mind. It makes sense that you would two-man it. Okay. What are we hunting next? It would be great if I could work that out. Oh, not many rooms. Cantor Farm. Is it that hard to add a single letter onto Cantor to make a Cantor? I don't really want to hunt a Cantor, to be honest. I've done enough of that. That's another one of those monsters that I've hunted a lot in this game, because to be honest, I seem to always need a Cantor Spikes. And if not a Cantor Spikes, then something else from him. And I think I've hunted him a few times while recording as well, so I'm going to give that a miss. We'll try something else. What's going on in this room? Anything? Spect poo. Now, does the word poo, as in P-O-O-H, have some sort of meaning that I'm not familiar with? Because we've got Winnie the Pooh, and for as long as I've been alive I've made fun of that, like, haha, Winnie the shit. But maybe it has some sort of meaning that I'm not familiar with, like, what's a poo? Like a poo. A poo. With an H. Poo. Like, what is that? Maybe this is one of the questions in life that I really am not capable of answering on my own. I need some sort of life experience to answer it. I don't know. Jesus, it's getting really dark. Okay, one moment. How's that? Now I'm orange and stuff. Gonna fix that in my white balance. Because I do not have it set to auto, I have it set to manual. Is that even an improvement? Not really, but that's fine. At least you can see me now. Thank God I actually check these things, because no one's going to tell me, oh, by the way, Doomlink, it looks like shit. Which I find to be quite useful to know. Now, Spect Poo seems to be... I don't know if he's actually... Inspector Poo? Is he inspecting fecal matter? Like... I have nothing more to say. I'm leaving. Anyway. I'm having some bad luck finding another room, I have to admit. Elders. Oh, I was about to say, which elder? And then I saw Fatalis was written there. Well. Let's have a look and see what we've got going on here. Hopefully it's not Fatalis. I've fought Fatalis recently. You know what? I'm not taking the chance. I'm out of here. Beloved would say, well, why the hell did you join in the first place? Well, I didn't know it was going to be a Fatalis room, alright? I think I fought Fatalis in the last recording that I did. Whether or not that hunt turned out well, I cannot remember. Hunter's Pub stuff. Stuff. Okay. The word unspecific is not even descriptive enough. Oh, here we go. There's a guy called Green Mario, who is in fact Luigi. Is that supposed to be funny? Oh, I'm not Luigi. I'm Green Mario. I'm so disappointed in everything right now. Myself, the people I'm playing with, my generation, everything. Anyway. Let's go and hunt. Mamma mia. Okay, what am I using? Fire dual blades, apparently. It would have been nice for me to take the time to actually change to something else, because you guys have already seen this, but I guess I'm too lazy for that. If I've got a group of 3 people who are ready to go, the longer I keep them waiting, the more antsy they become. And I wouldn't want them to be antsy now, would I? No, no, no. But anyway. Oh, thanks for the ping. Gato Grande. person... Oh, never mind. I was about to say, this person's also running Luigi. But that was the person. So, what am I talking about? That's a good question. Fucking cats. Alrighty. Let's go and get our charge up if we can manage that. Get out of there. Now, there are certain situations in which I would not recommend the circle attack, as in the A attack, for those more familiar with the Switch controls. This one here, that sort of spinning slash there. I'd recommend that for scenarios in which you probably don't have much time to get an attack out. But when you've got a good opportunity, definitely go for the X attack. Or the triangle attack. This one here. I was about to say that I did not choose the best time to do that. But that scenario changed. Through sheer luck, which is good. So of course, both wings need to be broken. This is the best situation with a Barioth. If I can make use of the flinch that occurs, or the knockdown that occurs as a result of the broken wings, that would be great. But, yeah, just breaking them is what's most important. If I miss out on the knockdown, that's fine. Like, so, say for example, I break the wing while Barioth is actually paralyzed. Of course I won't get the knockdown at that point, but it doesn't change the fact that I will still receive the benefit of having the wing be broken during combat. And I think you should all be pretty familiar with how that works. I really need to get up my charge. Let's Bloodwind if we can. We were able to Bloodwind, but I sort of lost most of my opportunity to get my charge up at that point. It was enough though. Let's Spiral Slice. Oh, that was quite unsuccessful. I'd like to think that it's fairly obvious that that was a very unsuccessful attempt at a Spiral Slice. I was about to say slash. It is not a slash, it is a slice. Are they different? No, actually. Anyway. I don't think this Barioth is long for this world. We've got a green Mario on the team after all. I would say that that is definitely a bonus for us. I positioned myself kind of poorly for that. Although, oh no, I think I hit a fucking feline with that attack. I was about to say, I managed to get him with that demon dance. No, I got a fucking feline. Which is not going to contribute to the completion of this hunt, for those unaware of that fact. Let's go do a demon dance while we've got the opportunity. Demon dance, by the way, is the worst for getting your spirit gauge up, but is the best for damage, if you can get it off consistently. Like as in, get off all the hits. So right there, I just got off some pretty good damage, mate. I'm gonna miss out on my attack because of this roar, but that's alright. Because everyone else is doing damage, apparently. Oh, that is a paralysis that I will try to make use of. By doing a demon dance. Or 2, or 3. 3. Nice. Let's go for the head. Looks like I'm doing 4. 5. Let's see if we can do a full 6th one. Missed the last hit. And I did miss one of my hits before, actually. Why would you capture? Like, why would you? Maybe they did so for an actual legitimate reason, not for fun. That's a pretty fast hunt for a hyper monster. Just goes to show that in this game, you can definitely get a pretty good team together for hyper monsters. In other words, you can absolutely sit down regular monsters at G rank level. To quite a shocking degree. Alrighty. Got some hyper ice chunks. How long have I been recording for? 1 hour and 5 minutes. Maybe I won't go for that long. Maybe I'll go for 1 hour and 30 or something like that. What time is it? 5:07. Shit, I might have to go soon. I think my friend wants to watch anime or something, so if I get a message from him, I'll be gone to watch anime. But anyway. Gato Grande. It's a weird name. What are we hunting next? What is this room again? I don't think there's any info. Yeah, stuff. That really does encompass everything, doesn't it? Well, I will wait patiently for whatever will be posted next. If it's another Barioth, I'm actually out of here. Zenoga, return from the pinnacle. It's not even a hyper. Well, that's fine. Let's equip. What are we equipping? Let's go Death Grip. I haven't actually used this on camera before, so I may as well demonstrate it. Oh, I'm not the only person running paralysis, actually. Let's see who else is running paralysis. Maybe it's... Do excuse me. What have we got here? Ice? The cats are running in a circle. That's lovely. Absolutely adorable. Attacks large. Definitely attack large because we want more damage with this. Fucking dick! Okay. Let's go. Come on, Gato Grande. We are ready for you. Whenever you're ready, mate. Ugh. Okay. So I think we're going to be pretty over the top in terms of paralysis this time. That is assuming that whoever was using paralysis last time is still using paralysis. What are we hunting? Shit. I guess I'll have to follow Green Mario. He's entering 900 and something. He should know where to go by now. I still can't remember what we're hunting. Seriously, I can't remember. Oh, Zenoga, that's right. I remembered just before I saw him. I swear to you. Now, I don't really want to paralyze this monster before anyone else is here. So I'm gonna not do that. I mean, I'll attack a little bit, but it would be an awful waste to get off my first paralysis with no one else here except for Green Mario, who looks like a rat really from here, but that's another matter. I tried to dive there. Could not. Could not. Because I didn't have the time to get a run up. Really? For fuck's sake. Well, first paralysis is not from me, it's from whoever else is using paralysis, who I believe is Maverick. Must be Maverick. Should have round forced that actually. Let's do that now. Of course, I don't use round force 3 because that's terrible. Anyone who uses round force 3 should probably I don't know. I don't even know. There are no words for those kinds of people. Fortunately, I did not get caught in that. We should get our next paralysis sometime soon, hopefully. Shit! Can we get out of this fucking entranceway? God damn it. This is terrible. Because it doesn't look like an entranceway, so it's especially dangerous. How have we not gotten another paralysis off by now? Here we go. It was a little delayed, but that's alright. I was about to get off my round force, but I got fucking flinched by something. What that was, I do not know, but it was annoying no matter what it was. I mounted it. That is so funny that I'm not laughing. That's how funny it is. Okay. Of course, attacking the head for maximum damage. I don't think this thing is going to last for very long. I've got a KO. God, this thing is going to die quickly. It's not even hyper, it's getting an absolute beating right now. I'm not going to aim for the tail cut. I don't care about it. He's about to limp away. Damn it. Let's try and... Well, I guess we won't end up one-zoning him, but I'd love to be able to do that. Oh, he's going to go back the way... Oh, never mind. He's decided to fly away. I'm going to go and pick up his shiny. This may be my last hunt. Yeah, we'll finish it up here. Why not? Why not? Why not, mate? Damn, we need to go higher. Ugh. Where is this? Oh, really? We're gonna capture after all this? Fucking Jesus. You annoy me, you really do. What just happened? Yeah, good job, arseholes. I don't know, maybe the monster's being captured for some purpose. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for this particular recording of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate in the Live Hunts series. It is indeed part 20. And it is, as well as that, the 20th of November 2019. We will soon be in 2020, which is kind of crazy to think about, but yeah, life goes on. Regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy. I will see you when I'm next recording Monster Hunter. I don't know when that will be. I do intend to continue Monster Hunter Online. I'll try to do only one more recording in random hunts for that, and then I'll try and move it into hunting with purpose if I can. But I am starting to run out of time to record that, so the sooner I do it, the better. Excuse me. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.